Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika Walia Bhatnagar, and I'm with you with the area of accounting and financial management for bankers. Everybody, please let me know if I'm audible as well as clearly visible. Okay, my today's topic is Module A. We are covering the entire part of Module A. So first of all, please share this particular session. Number one, please like the session if you find it valuable, and at the same time, don't forget to like it as well. Right, so let's begin with the session, everyone. What are we talking about today? Module A altogether. The first question talks about when is the revenue considered realized according to the realization concept of accounting. Realization concept is there are actually two concepts. One is realization and the second is revenue recognition. Now when we talk about realization concept, realization matlab basically the time when you realize that array I'm getting the money. While when we talk about revenue recognition concept, recognition is based upon only purely one thing, that is when you have a certainty that yes, the money is coming. Realization talks about cash receiving, while revenue recognition says whenever you get certain ki hanji I'm gonna get money, don't worry, that is covered under revenue recognition concept. So under this question, the first is when the goods are manufactured, when the customer places an order, when the goods are delivered to the customer, or when the customer becomes legally liable to pay. So when we talk about this specific area, the answer is when the customer becomes legally liable to pay. Okay, so both the areas ultimately becomes the point where we are legally bound or we are getting the money. That is to be covered in this specific area altogether. Done, everyone? So now move on to the next point. If X starts a business with rupees 50,000, the business has an asset of rupees 50,000 and it is liable to pay the owner 50,000 as a liability, that is capital. Historical records concept, then dual aspect concept, going concern or matching concept. Everybody, when we say X starts with the business, okay, if I start my business, the business has an asset. The correct journal entry would be cash to capital. When we record the journal entry of the same, this is as per which concept? Historical records. This is not to the past, but this is how we put money into the business, right? Then what's the next part? Next is dual aspect concept. Dual aspect is considered right here because in this case one part is debit and one part is credit. Agreed. Going concern concept. Going concern is basically the men may come and men may go, but the organization is here to stay for a longer period. It is not affected by our presence. Right? Then the last point, that is matching concept. Matching concept says whenever we are earning income then the expense of this year is because of the income of this year, right? If it is related to that specific area, then it is covered here, right? So can we say that in this case the correct answer is dual aspect concept? Indeed, dual aspect concept says that when we have a business, then in this area, whenever we are recording it down, one part is debit and one part is credit. So then it is covered here that cash is on the debit side, and at the same time we owe this money to the business person as he has the right that he can come to us at a later point of time. I have put money into your organization. Where are my results? Right? He's also looking forward towards his result. That is to be covered here. Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you. Let's move on to the next question. Which convention determines whether an item should be recorded based on its value and the circumstances of the business? Convention of full disclosure, convention of materiality, convention of conservatism, or convention of consistency? Everyone? The convention which talks about convention means the practices which are followed. Among these, which should be recorded based on its value and circumstances of the business. Matlab, this is recorded as per whatever is happening in the business. In this case, the answer is materiality. Everything which has importance is noted. If it doesn't have an importance, then it is not noted, right? Now, next question. Which accounting standard allows entities not to present items separately as if they are immaterial? AS1, AS2, AS3, or AS4? Everyone? Ind AS. The Ind AS are actually given by ICAI. Actually, they are prepared by ICAI but issued by MCA. Ministry of Corporate Affairs issues it. So in this case, the correct answer comes out to be Ind AS 1. It is specified by Ind AS 1. The entities are not allowed, that means allows entities not to present items separately if they're immaterial. Immaterial means which is not relevant. So that creates a lot of misguidance. That is covered under Ind AS 1. Achha, when posting in the ledger, what is written in the folio column? Now this is something which is given in the book itself. When we talk about the ledgers there, which part is shown in the ledger, everyone? Journal entry, page number of the ledger, page number of the journal, or ledger account description? Everyone, what's going to be the answer? What's going to be the answer, everyone? When we talk about the ledger, ledger has something called journal folio. When we are preparing ledger, we have something called journal folio. What does the term journal folio record? The term journal folio basically records the basic area where we record the page number of the journal, right? In terms of ledger, we will give reference of journal. That is what we note down. Done. Chaliye then, let's move on to the next question. The answer is actually C. This is in the book itself. Let's go ahead with the next question, everyone. What is the process of transferring debit and credit items from the journal to their respective accounts in the ledger called? Journalizing, posting, or balancing, or reconciling? When we talk about this, what is the process of transferring debit and credit from a journal towards a ledger? Basically, the entire accounting cycle says you go from journal to the area of ledger to the area of trial balance. And here comes the balance sheet plus profit and loss account. These are the basic accounting areas that we follow. This is individual. This is called journalizing. When we are moving from journal to ledger, this part is called posting. The portion of ledger which is transferred to the trial balance, this is called balancing. And trial balance to balance sheet, this is called preparation of financial statements. Everybody, please share the session and don't forget to like the session as well. If you find it useful, then please go ahead and support us and the hard work. Yes, Shabi ma'am, after this now, once we have the balance sheet and the profit and loss account, from this we prepare the cash flow statement and the fund flow. So basically, balance sheet and the profit and loss account, these are something which are called original financial statements. But when we talk about cash flow and fund flow, these are derived financial statements. That's the difference there. Done? But that's a good point, ma'am. After the financial statements are prepared, that is balance sheet and the P&L, na, it doesn't stop there. We go further. Okay, this part was posting as stated here. Kindly note this point down or take a screenshot. This is covering the entire era of accounting cycle. First step is called journalizing, posting, balancing, preparation of the financial statements. These are original financial statements and cash flow, fund flow. Writing it here. Cash flow. I hope this is visible now. Yeah, this is visible. Fund flow. These are derived financial statements. Done, everyone? Everybody else who's there in the class, I request you all kindly go ahead and share the session. And if you have any doubts, then kindly go ahead and ask the same as well. Okay. All these questions are prepared from the book itself. That means not even a single part of the questions you will find, even the numerical portions. We are going to discuss numericals as well in this session, and everything is strictly from the book itself. Because I'd seen in the past few years, they had always been following our book only. Acha everyone, India's biggest holy Mela is being organized by us. For all the bankers out there, how you can get 81% discount plus double validity on our Mahapacks. For that, what you need to do is you need to use the code Y541. Okay, use the specific code Y541 and get our courses right away. You can get our courses for 81% discount. That is the highest discount which is available, plus double validity on Mahapack as well. On what do you mean by Mahapack? Mahapack includes our bilingual and English medium both batches. It includes the test series topic wise and complete mocks both. All the ebooks of all the subjects, individual chapters specifically written there, plus these marathons, whatever the PDFs and extra details are. 5+ hours of Maha Marathon, 10+ hours of mini marathon, doubt sessions, everything included. So if you are paying for a Maha pack, if it is validity for 6 months, you get it for 12. So if you want to avail this offer, then hurry up, download the app right away and get this particular discount, because 80% is there on the website, 1% extra if you open up our app and download it and buy it through the app. Okay, so don't let this good offer go away. Next question, everyone. Actually, this is another question. As it is, the points are taken from the book itself. Salary outstanding, rent prepaid, interest outstanding, then interest received in advance are some of the examples of personal or impersonal accounts. Overall, the accounts are of two types: personal account and impersonal account. Natural personal, artificial, representative, or impersonal, it is covered under real accounts. Everyone, go ahead and answer. Everyone, what's the answer? Then everybody? चलिए then, let me discuss this point in detail further. When we talk about rent in advance received, all these points are yet to be received by us. Na? So when we are describing all this area, this is the amount that we are supposed to receive from someone, isn't it? If we are supposed to receive it from someone, then how do we do it? If we are supposed to receive money from someone, that means it is not something which is based upon something non-living, something which is related to any other thing which is not related to a person, first of all. है ना? So in this case, what's going to be the answer? Natural person, maybe. Artificial is the particular person's name defined, that this is the name Ram, Mr. Sham, all these things, right? If a specific name is given, then I can say this is natural personal account. But in this case, there is no natural person defined. Na? So in this case, the next point it is not taking up is artificial personal account. Artificial person matlab we are talking about a bank or a company or somewhat of that types. That is artificial personal. Then the next point is representative personal. Representative personal means in this area the particular amount that we are supposed to pay or we are supposed to receive is basically relating to a person. है ना? When it is relating to a person, it is called representative personal account. This is representative personal account. Bank is basically an artificial person. Company is an artificial person. Real asset is basically the asset, for example, land and building. Okay. Then we have land and building. We have furniture. These are all the things which helps us to grow the business. That is why we call it real accounts. Okay. In this case, impersonal accounts are real accounts. Acha, real accounts as well as nominal. So let me tell you about the different types of accounts as well. These are the different types of accounts. Number one, which talks about persons, and the number two, which does not talk about the persons. We have real and nominal. The personal accounts can be of three types. Natural, which talks about humans, the ones who are breathing, like you and me. Then artificial, which the bodies which are created by humans only. Partnerships. Number one. Number one is partnership. Number two is company. Then if there's any municipal corporation and HUF, all those are covered under artificial. Representative money, matlab the money that this money is due, represents कि this is the money that I have to pay to someone else. For example, rent received in advance. Then this is first thing, rent which is received in advance. Then prepaid rent. Then we have outstanding rent or any other income for that matter, or pre-received or prepaid. Both are covered in this case. Okay, so that is what I've written. Anything, there's not only rent but any other expense or income that is prepaid, that is covered here. Correct. That is called representative. After that, we have real accounts. Real accounts are of two types, tangible and intangible. The ones which can be touched. For example, while I'm teaching you, I am using this pen. This pen is helping me to earn money. This is an asset. Correct. Outstanding and prepaid, both are covered in this case, ma'am. Thank you so much for the reply. Then, this is tangible assets. Tangible assets matlab, for example, furniture. This pen is again the point. The phone, laptop, any equipment that I'm using in my class is tangible. The ones which I cannot touch, goodwill, trademark, copyright. All these are rights that we possess. Or goodwill is our reputation. That is also a real account. Then what is included in the nominal area, everyone? Chabi ma'am, basically when we talk about the area of tangible and intangible, the difference is tangible means something which can be touched and it helps our business to grow. Your passbook is basically a general information of the bank balance. So in this case, tangible can be something like, okay, for me, if I'm into the field of providing services, then the tools and techniques that I'm using, that can be my asset. For example, my car is my asset. I travel through it, right? Then the laptop is my asset. The camera through which I'm working, these are advanced level cameras that we are using so that the clarity comes. That means the extra camera that I'm buying, my laptop, the speakers that we will be buying, the headphones, everything that I'm spending, this is tangible. I can touch these things, be it my phone, be it everything else. These are helping me to grow. That means these are tangible. The ones which cannot be touched are intangible in nature. These things also help my business to grow. For example, okay, when we talk about, correct, Chabi ma'am, agreed. Rajesh sir, you are going correct. Sujata ma'am, absolutely right. Software is intangible in nature. Then anything else? Among the intangibles, I use, acha, an example. Recently, we were talking to someone and they said Skechers shoes are really good. That means Skechers has created in the minds of the people that it's a good brand. Now, what if any specific pair of Skechers comes out to be a bad one? People won't buy it further. Goodwill plays a very important role. Why is Nike having that tick there? That tick sign is of Nike. That's their trademark, or you can say the brand logo. Copyright is only Adda 24/7 can utilize the data that we are providing. That means, can I say these are intangible? The right is only with the organization, nobody else, right? And nominal accounts would be what, everyone, then? What are the two accounts which are nominal? This is golden rules of accounting. Normally, at least one particular question from this area is minimum asked. Nominal is basically your expenses and your incomes. Done, everyone? Now let's move on. This question is somewhat practical. Look at the question very carefully. A company purchased a machinery for 50,000 rupees, paying 10,000 in cash and the remainder in credit. That is, which of the following journal entries correctly records the transaction? Everyone, we purchased a particular machinery for 50,000 rupees, but ultimately we had only 10,000 at that point of time. Correct, Chavi ma'am. The salaries that we are paying, the incomes that we are receiving, a business can always record salary as an expense. It is a pure expense for the business. Everybody, please share the session among your peers as well. Keep on sharing the session and don't forget to like it. Debit machinery, credit cash, credit accounts, payable. What is it that we're going to do? See, I got a machine. I bought this pen. I got the pen. I paid a little and I said I'll be paying the remaining part later on. So can I say, in this case, machinery account debit is 50,000 to cash. What is the amount that we are paying? 10,000 went into cash. What about the remaining amount? Is he going to be a creator? No, he's not going to be a creator. Always pay attention to this part. He's never a creator. He's actually called a vendor. The person to whom I am supposed to pay. So that would be 40,000. Very good, Rajesh sir. Absolutely right. Everybody else, please keep on responding and let me know your answers as well. So in this case, this is the answer. Machinery to cash to vendor. Everybody sorted with the question? Correct, Sujoy sir, you are correct. Chabi ma'am, correct. Rajesh sir, correct. Everybody else, please keep on answering. In this case, the correct answer is A. In these kind of questions, one specific hack. Do not try to read the entire question. Think of your answer and then compare. This will take a lesser time in the examination as compared to reading all parts. Debit the machinery, 50,000, done. Cash credit, done. Credit accounts, done. So in this case, my answer would be A, everyone. Next question, a company sold a merchandise costing rupees 8,000 for rupees 12,000 in cash. This is also a very important question, everyone. Marking it as an important trick question. The question is easy, but written in a very different manner altogether. This is a company sold a merchandise costing rupees 8,000 for 12,000. Which of the following journal entries correctly records this transaction? Everyone? Okay, let's look at the question there. Company sold. I bought something for 8,000. That means my original journal entry would have been purchases to cash. है ना? I bought it for 8,000. Now I sold it for 12k. Then what will you do, everyone, in this case? You are receiving cash and you are losing your goods. But what amount to be noted? Shall I record the profit separately? If I start recording the profit separately, then I cannot sell a huge amount of goods in every day. What I'll do is I'll record all the purchases. I will record all the sales. Once I've recorded both, all the sales and all the profits, then this specific difference will lead to the profit or the loss of the organization. So in this case, the correct answer is going to be, that is cash to sales, rupees 12,000. Everybody sorted? Chabi ma'am, that is where the question becomes a little trickier. Everybody else, please keep on answering. The answer to this question would be what? The answer to this question would be cash to sales. Okay? Sales is a revenue, sales or revenue count is what nature, everyone? Real, personal, nominal. Since we just talked about it, this is nominal. Next question, everyone. If you haven't subscribed to our channel now, then please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And if you're planning to purchase our courses, then use the code Y541 and get our courses right away. And you will get it for 81% discount. Plus the double validity on our Mahapacks. Done? Chaliye then, let's move on to the next question. This is a question related to the area of cash book, everyone. I hope you have reviewed it. I am going with the entire topic in a specific sequence. From first chapter to the last. When a trader instructs a bank to pay a certain amount of on his behalf, the entries record in the cash book on the debit side. When the trader instructs the bank to pay, the bank has been told कि देखिए, pay it on my behalf. This should be done from my account on the debit side of the cash book, credit side, or in the passbook first, or only after comparing the passbook with the cash book. Everybody, what's the answer? When we tell this to our bank, देखिए, you pay on my behalf. The bank is paying from my account only. Na? Bank is also not paying from their bank, their amount. This is basically my expenditure. Right, everyone? This is my money, my expenditure. Everybody done? Let's move on to the next question. This is a question of rectification of errors, everyone. A very, very important chapter again. If the credit sale of goods is 720 is recorded as 270 in the customer's account, what type of error is it? Error of omission, error of commission, error of partial omission. Partial matlab we forgot to record it partially. We haven't recorded it completely, but we will record it. In this case, the person brought this particular thing, the sale which was of 720, you have recorded for 270. This is a human error, and this is basically something which is related to the error of scaling and all, everyone. That is why it went a little on the side. Then everyone, so the answer should be what? The people with the right of origin should not be the one, you know. Error of omission is basically the can be there because he forgets things partially. But in this case, he has written 720 as 270. The answer should be what? The answer is error of commission. Done, everybody? Next question. Next question, everyone. Which type of error is occurring? Error occurs when the transaction is completely or partially omitted. Omitted matlab? We all age, everyone. We forget things, don't we? So when we forget things, that is covered under completely or partially omitted to be recorded in the books of accounts. Error of commission, clerical errors, or error of omission or principal. Go ahead and keep on answering, everyone. Which type of error occurs when the transaction is completely or partially omitted? When we talk about these kind of errors, when we forget about things, it can be of two types. Errors can be of many types, but when we talk about this error, this is called error of omission. But pata hai, omission is also of two types. Error of omission is partial omission, and the next one is complete omission. One is partial omission, one is complete omission. In this case, what's going to be the answer? Errors of omission. Done, everyone? Let's move on to the next question. What should be done if the exact amount of difference in the trial balance is ascertained? Recalculate all the transactions, recheck the cash and bank balance, divide the difference by 2 and check for possible errors, or prepare the new trial balance. Preparing the new trial balance is going to take a lot of time, right? What happens is sometimes, correct, Chabi ma'am, this was a case of complete omission. This was a case of complete omission, and this one is not visible in the trial balance. You cannot trace complete omission in this area. This is basically not traceable. That's the rule. Done, everyone? Let's move on to the next question. We were talking about this. Acha, what happens if my debit side is not matching my credit side, everyone? What will we do in this case? This is my trial balance. My total debit side shows 20,000. Credit side shows 21,000. Now, first of all, when such a thing happen, the possible problems that can be there are, what is the difference between the two? That is 21,000 minus 20,000. Chabi ma'am, you are going absolutely correct. I think many of your answers are going correct as well, and even the examples that you have given are correct as well. Rajesh sir, Sujoy sir, going absolutely correct. Very good. I got the correct answer. When we talk about 21,000 minus 20,000, no, this is basically the difference between the two is of 1,000 due to double entry bookkeeping. Double entry matlab everything is recorded twice. So in this case, this 1,000 has to be divided by 2. That is rupees 500. The difference of 500 should be traced down first. Then 1,000 should be checked. Then anything else. So in this case, the correct answer is divide the difference between by 2 and check for possible errors. Correct, ma'am. First of all, find that 1,000 and then divide it by 2 as well. We look out for both the areas. Sometimes we can say we can have one-sided errors as well, where one part is wrongly written. The other part might be correct. Acha, all these questions are basically created from the examples of the book itself. These examples are there in our book. Okay? First of all, find that one. Chaliye. Now let's move on to the next point, everyone. It says a sale of rupees 260 to Uday Traders was wrongly credited to their account. Uday Traders account 520 to suspense 520. Everyone, what's the correct rectified entry? What is the correct entry? Rectified entry is. Everyone, what's the correct rectified entry? The correct rectified entry would be a sale was wrongly created. Acha. Basically, Uday Traders was to be on the debit side, but wrongly I recorded it on the credit side. If it is on the credit side, first of all, reverse it. Number 2, first of all, you have to reverse it. Number 2, if I'm going to reverse it, plus I have to record it correctly as well. That means if the amount of Uday Traders should be 260, you have to write 260 and eliminate 260 from the credit side. Because if you write a plus na, to correct it, you have to write a minus. If it is written in minus, you have to nullify using a plus. You cannot cancel it out with something else. That's the rule of this area. So in this case, the correct answer has to be, this is a one-sided error. In this case, I don't know what's happening. I don't know which second account is wrong. So here we will also create the suspense account. Uday has to be on the debit side. That's correct. Remaining part is something which we do not know. So the correct answer is Uday Traders has to be on the debit side and to suspense account. Again, correct ma'am, we are nullifying it. Everybody, this is also one of the examples of the book itself. All the questions that I'm preparing for your classes or for these tests are exclusively from the book. Reason, in the last few attempts I'd seen, even the illustrations given in the book, they are converted into case studies. Acha, we'll be doing some case studies as well. we'll be doing the case studies of depreciation, but I think by the end of the session. Abhi to good number of questions are left. And the series of my one shot has just started, so I'll be continuing with module A further, and then I'll move to the respective modules. Okay. Closing entries are made at the end of the accounting period to open all accounts for the new period, transfer balances of expense and income to trading and profit and loss account, correct errors of the trial balance or adjust cash and bank. Closing entries are made at the end. That means when we are closing the books of accounts, then we record some entries which are called closing entries. Why do we record it? Everyone, what's the reason? Karim sir, B. What's going to be the answer, everyone? The answer is transfer the balances of expenses and incomes to trading and profit and loss account. Basically, whatever the closing entries would be, they would be transferred to the balance sheet. And that's how we'll prepare the entire balance sheet. Done, everyone? Let's move on to the next question. Okay, here comes a numerical question. Company ABC Limited purchases a pen production machine. This is units of production method of depreciation. As I told you, now we'll be starting with the area of depreciation. I think all the methods of the depreciation are covered in this session. A very, very important chapter. Okay? Haji, everyone. This machine can manufacture 10 lakh pens, after which it has to be scrapped. The purchase price of this machine is 1 lakh and scrap is estimated at 10,000. During the first year of production, the machine produced 2 lakh. Acha everyone, out of 10 lakh, 2 lakh pens are already produced. Huh? When we talk about units of production method, what's it about? Units of production method. The more you produce, more is your depreciation. That is to be covered in the units of production method. Okay, that's the rule. Now, the point is, normally we have produced 2 lakh units. Everyone, this is an important question because this is again an example from the book itself. You have got 2 lakh out of 10 lakh. Okay, this is how will be calculating our depreciation. Now the point arises is, shall I take 1 lakh here, the value of the machine, or 1 lakh minus 10,000? In this case, I have to take 1 lakh minus 10,000. Now this has to be, very good Chabi ma'am, going correct, absolutely correct rather. This is basically 2 lakhs divided by 10 lakhs multiplied by 90,000. Okay, so after cutting and all, you will get rupees 18,000. In this case, you will say cost minus depreciation, then units produced in a year divided by total. Done, everyone? Everyone all sorted? Or any doubts in this area? So Joyce are correct. Now it's C. 20,000 would have been if there is no scrap value. Sorry, this is scrap. This question is important and at the same time an interesting question. This is cost minus scrap value. Everybody done? The answer to this question is 18,000. Next question. A company, this is a case study, everyone. Please look at the question very carefully. A company purchases a machine of rupees 10,000. This is rupees. They purchase this machine for rupees 10,000. Okay. As soon as you purchase this machine for rupees 10,000, the salvage value is of rupees 1,000. Okay. Then the life is of 5 years. Calculate the depreciation expense only for the first year under sum of digits method. You have to do the sum of all the digits. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I start today, the number of years left is 5. Next year, 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Total of it is, what's the total? 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, there are two ways of doing it. One is to add it in one go. Obviously, we are allowed to use calculators, so you won't have a problem there. That is, just pick up your calci and do it. 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2. This gives me 15. If you don't want to calculate using this, use the formula n plus 1 divided by 2. Your n is 5. 5 plus 1 divided by 2. That is also a method that is used. This is 5 multiplied by 6 divided by 2. 30 divided by 2 is 15. Whenever you have to calculate the sum of these digits, you can use any of these methods. Either the sum of years or this area. Correct, sir? Oh, just a moment. Once we have got this, we are in the year 1. How many years are left, everyone? Very good, Shabi ma'am. Years left divided by total sum. Multiplied by, this is 10,000. Minus scrap is of 1, everyone. That means 5 by 15 multiplied by 9. The answer is 3,000. Very good, ma'am. So Joy sir correct. Rajesh sir correct. Everyone, next question. A company purchases a machine for 10,000 with the salvage value of this. Now they want you to find the depreciation for the third year. What is the depreciation for the third year, everyone? And they can also convert this question into what is the value in the third year after depreciation. These kind of questions definitely becomes a little trickier. What's the answer? For the third year, it would be, acha, best thing is, let's calculate it. I have got 9,000. For the first year, it is number of years left divided by 15. This is first year. Second year would be 9,000 multiplied by number of years left, 4, divided by 15. Third year would be 9,000 multiplied by 3, divided by 15. Fourth is 9,000 multiplied by 2, divided by 15. Fifth is 9,000 into 1 divided by 15. Very good, everyone. Absolutely correct. This is sum of digits method. I hope this answer is absolutely clear, everyone. No doubts? If you look at this answer, the correct answer would be, we're looking at the third year now. Let's calculate all of these together. 9,000 into 5 by 15 was the first one. This was 3. This would have been 2,400. This is 1,800. This is 1,200, and the last one would be 600. Whatever question they ask. If they ask you what is the balancing figure after each year, that would be, you had 10,000 in the beginning, less this 3, you are left with, carried down 7,000. Next time, if you are left with 7,000, 7,000 minus 2,400, everyone, that is, you are left with 4,600. Then reduce 1,800 further. The carried down would be 2,800. Then minus 1,200. You're left with 1,600. Then the carried down last is 1,000. This is when we will sell it at scrap value. Everyone, clear? The entire question with the entire answer. Correct, ma'am. It is 4,600 for the second year. Look at this. I have shown the entire sum of digits method with each and every breakup. This is 7. This is 46. This is 28. This is 16. And this is 6. And that's it. We're left with 1,000. In this one particular question, we have covered the entire concept of sum of digit method. Next question, everyone. A company purchases a machine for rupees 10,000. Salvage value is 1. And they are asking for the fifth year. 5 year, 5 times this was, we have calculated it. For the fifth year, it was 600 rupees. Everyone? We just calculated the entire part now. You can keep a click of it as well. I'll be sharing the PDF of the session as well. So you will be getting the entire questions and the answers. Everyone, if you haven't enrolled in your courses yet now, then please go ahead and do the same as well. As our courses are currently available at 81% discount, this is for a very limited period. So please check it out. Yes, ma'am. The correct answer is 600. The answer for the fifth year is 600. Since we calculated the entire question, it doesn't matter what it would ask. Everything is sorted. The answer is 600. Which depreciation method allocates a higher depreciation expense in the early years of the asset's life and lower expense in later years. Straight line does this, double declining, units of production method or sum of digits method. Everyone, which has higher depreciation in the earlier years and then it goes down and down. We said this thing happens in WDV method as well, that is written down value, and somewhat this is partial correct in units of production method, not completely but partially it is. Acha everyone, if I'm using this laptop for all the sessions here and this utilization is ma'am, straight line method says that whatever happens in the business, 10,000 matlab 10,000. Every single year we're going to charge the same amount. So the fight of having more in the beginning, less at the end, that doesn't really apply here. Acha everyone, please share the session, and if you haven't liked it yet, then please go ahead and like it. Right? All the questions are exclusively prepared from the book itself. The examples that you can see, the lines which are taken directly from our book. And there is nowhere else you need to prepare from. Your book, Macmillan book, is one and the only thing where you'll find it. In units of production method as well as sum of digits, in this area, it is partial correct. If I'm using this laptop on double shifts, then you will see that in the initial years, the depreciation would be way more. Slowly and steadily, the book value is already falling down, so my depreciation will also be declining. So the answer is double declining balance method. Done everyone? Which depreciation method takes into account the salvage value of assets when calculating the annual depreciation expense? Straight line, double declining, units of production, or sum of years digit? Everyone, what's the answer? Which depreciation method is taking into account salvage value? Whenever we are calculating the depreciation, that is only one, that is straight line. Straight line and considering everything else, rest everything has excluded the salvage value. Oops. Done everyone? Correct ma'am, if written down value method would have been given, I would have chosen that. Done? Everyone, please keep on sharing the session, and if you haven't liked it yet, then hurry up and like it. Which of the following best describes the purpose of creating depreciation fund or sinking fund? See the value, if I bought a car today, probably for the next 10 years, I'll be using it and then I'll be buying a new car again. I know after a certain period of time, my car is going to change. Why don't I start keeping a money aside for the same? You know, a certain amount of money has to be kept aside. That is to be covered in this area. That is depreciation fund. Every single year, I'm going to save a specific amount of money for my future. That is covered in this area. To account for non-cash expenses in the year an asset is acquired, to distribute the depreciation expense over several years, to set aside cash equal to the yearly depreciation expense for asset replacement, or to invest in securities unrelated to asset depreciation. Every year I know that I have to save for my future. It is better that I start saving today for the upcoming future. And at the same time, I will also get interest on it as well. Na? If I put 1 lakh rupees today, after 10 years, if I bought a car today for rupees 8 lakh, I know that maybe after 10 years, my car would be minimum of 10 lakh. So what I'll do is 10 years divide by 10. Every year I should be saving 1 lakh each. Why should I save 1 lakh? If I put 96,000 today, the interest on it for 10 years will become 1 lakh. Then in the upcoming years, save that limited amount only, na? Because you will get interest on interest as well. So technically, you keep aside a specific amount every year and you save it for the future. The answer is to set aside cash equal to the yearly depreciation expense for an asset replacement. Next point, according to the Indian Accounting Standard 38, as Ind AS 38, what is considered as intangible assets? We were just talking about intangible assets, everyone. An intangible asset with limited useful life, or an identifiable non-monetary asset without a physical substance, or a financial asset with indefinite useful life, or a physical asset with identifiable monetary value. Everyone, what's going to be the answer? The correct answer is this is actually non-monetary. This is not monetary, pata hai? This is non-monetary in nature. You're not giving money to anyone. So in this case, this is non-monetary. And this is something you can identify though, but a non-monetary asset without any physical substance. Okay, everyone, this is where I would like to end my session. But before I end my session, everyone, first of all, download the app. You will get 1% extra and accumulated coins through this. You can find all the PDFs of all the classes we have taken till date, all the classes there. Paid classes are available there. In your phone, you get everything. There's a lot of free content which is available in our app for this JIB examination as well as CIB examination, which you can take up. This is available on on iOS as well as in terms of the Android phones. It is available in both areas. So check it out. And at the same time, before I end the session, let me show you our website, everyone. Go on to this area, check out Adda 24/7. As soon as you open Adda 24/7, go on to this area. This is www.adda247.com. Go on to the area of JIB and CIB. Go on to the area of specifically JIB May 2024. You can see Mahapack, everyone. This is a Mahapack which I was talking about in the very beginning. 600 hours of live classes are available. Test series are available. Ebooks are available. Videos are available. Recorded videos of previous classes. Then that means English medium, bilingual, both are opened up for you. 10 plus hours of mini marathon, Maha marathon, 5 plus hours available there. Test series, see, this is the test series. I was talking about all these test series. Even individual chapters are also there. Let's talk about our examination only na. AFM topic wise test. 35 modules, 35 tests. See, there are multiple questions which are added there. You can see so many questions which have been added in each and every chapter. That means if you're planning for individual tests, you can go for it. Mock testing is also available along with this. Ebooks are also there. Look at the ebooks, everyone. This is our ebook. This is PPP. This is our accounting and financial management. Each and every chapter, chapter number 1 to the last one, every single chapter you will find in this area. So if you're planning, then hurry up and check it out right away on our website and our app for the further details. So, ma'am, thank you so much for being the supportive spirit. I think your answering and the response from all of you was so engaging that even I didn't realize when this 1 hour ended. Okay, so before I end the session, just check this out, everyone. Click on the area of buy now, use the code Y541. Okay, as soon as you'll use the code Y541 now, you will get a discount of 88%. Sorry, 81%. 80% here and 1% extra. So this is available for 81% and you can get it for 5,999. That means on an average, you are getting it for less than 12 months. You're getting it for 12 months and less than 500 rupees. Because if you make it 81%, then this would be 1% further, everyone. That means you're getting not even for 6,000, less than 6,000 rupees you're spending in getting it for 12 months. So if you're planning for it, use the code Y541 and get our course right away. Thank you so much, everyone. The PDF would be available in the link given below after the completion of the class. So please check it out. Okay. Thank you so much and happy Holi in advance, everyone. Play safe and be happy. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye and take care. And if you like this session, then please share the session and don't forget